Hey everyone, today I'll be teaching you how to make my cast iron skillet pizzas. Alright, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to make the sauce, and I'm going to use a can of San Marzano peeled tomatoes and some spices. Alright, I'm going to start with the tomatoes. I'm actually not going to heat it up, but for the sake of video, this is the biggest bowl I guess I have. So you don't want the juice of the tomatoes, you just actually want the tomatoes. Okay, I think I pretty much got them out. So what you're gonna do is you can either like blend this if you want, but I am actually just going to use my hands and I'm being lazy and I don't feel like using my blender for this. And actually pretty simple, you don't have to. Okay. So to this, I am actually going to add maybe about a tablespoon and a half of, where is my spoon? Tomato paste, salt, pepper, a little bit of crushed red pepper, and some dried oregano. You just kind of incorporate all of this, and that is your sauce. So this is the tomato sauce that I'm using for my pizza. I am using these San Marzano tomatoes, and you only want the tomatoes. You're gonna crush them up with your hands, or you can put them in a blender if you would like a smoother texture. You're gonna use some crushed red pepper, some black pepper, salt, and oregano. And just put as much, just taste it, add some, taste it, and then continue to add for your liking. Now, people like to put sugar and everything. I am not one of those people, but you are more than welcome to add a little bit of sugar. But just taste it to make sure that it's to your liking. All right. All right, so to make my cast iron skillet, I have my dough. And if you want to see the directions of how I made it, I will link the video in the description box. So I am just going to stretch it out. You can probably use a rolling pin, but I prefer to use my hands, I think. Stretch it out. There we go. All right, so I don't, uh-oh, tore a hole. It's okay though. So I'm actually going to use my cast iron skillet for this. And the way that I have been seeing people do it is they lay their cast iron skillet onto medium-high heat, or they put the cast iron skillet on the stove medium-high heat, place the pizza dough inside to form a crust, and then they put it into the oven. So that is what we are going to do. So I've oiled the bottom of the pizza pan, maybe a little too well. Oh no. Yeah, maybe a little too much. All right, so it'll expand a little bit. All right, so then I'm gonna add, you don't have to do this, but I'm just gonna add a little bit of I'm gonna do crust to crust, or edge to edge, excuse me. I really love when my pizza doesn't really have a crust. I like it better that way. I'm gonna do it that way. And I'm gonna add a little bit of Parmesan cheese to it. Then I'm gonna add my toppings. Cheese. And the pepperoni. and a little bit of onion. And we're good to go. Now you're only gonna let this stay on for about 8 minutes. And then you're gonna put it in the broiler to let the cheese finish melting. But you're putting it on the stovetop so that the crust can form a nice even amount of heat. So make sure that you're careful when you do it and that you don't want to burn the bottom of it. And you can honestly hear and visually see it. And then you can kind of gauge it from there. All right, so I put it in the oven on high broil for until the cheese melted, and this is what we have. And once it cools down a little bit, I will cut it and we can see what we got. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video.